Roman Catholic for Pope Francis. The real name Jorge Mario Bergoglio, first Latin American Pope. No, wakɔ crutch. Na bedi akyire a ɔbɛba no. Ghana for near before me and din be a bum.
Fraternity a sign what Roman Catholic Church and you see bebre woman nipa bebre ne Vatican City now who is the kind of politics are air cosson and if it grow politics. I'm a Gaza fan. I've listened to Vibes to all his music, all the artists that came to, even as far back as Alliance, Movado.
For me, he lost me when he started bleaching.
The man has always had that seed of progressiveness in him. And we are on this podcast talking about Vibes Cartel, not because of anything, because of the significance of self-love. Jamaica is a small island.
Yes, 3 million population.
They influence a continent.
Yes.
They influence the whole.
Yes.
Wow. I so much revere him that he's the man that's actually pointed me to Kwame Nkrumah.
Exactly. So the next subject is a serious one. Pope Francis, Catholic for penny yasi wakoninchi, nti Catholic for Roman Catholic for Pope Francis. The real name Jorge Mario Bergoglio.
Oh, for him.
Oh, Italian, but yeah, won Argentina. The parents Italian immigrants.
Internationality ever show Argentina.
Yes.
But Italian by blood.
Yes, by name. And they chose their own as the first Latin American Pope. First Latin American Pope. Wakone Krechi. Ankawe and Fa Warrior Kings podcast. Obi Shan Bakasa na we so dey fire ho ben. Now so ni entie fire ho ne say ni obedi akire na bedi akire a obeba no Ghana for near before me enu din bi abam. Possible contenders. Now we're talking about this because the succession to the new pope would be in some 15 days after the burial. And there are some 5 prominent names that have come up. 2 Italians, 2 high Italian cardinals are part of it. 2 West Africans, Cardinal Robert Sarah from Guinea and Cardinal Apia Texan from Ghana, and 2 West African cardinals. They are on the prime list to be the next successor, and 1 Asian from the Philippines to be the next, possibly will be chosen to be the next pope. And we're wondering, is it time for African to be pope? Are they going to stick by equality this time to demonstrate that the church embraces equality, that now an African is in the offing in being the pope of the biggest institution in the world, the richest institution in the world, which is the Roman Catholic Church. They have a population of some 1.6 billion population around the world. So, they almost call my more, and almost to change China. Catholic for we are seeing now. Inti anya ketwa, anya my ketwa na no or died him. Inti. So, 2 million beba Africa. Would the successor, would the new pope would the Catholic Church choose an African to be the next pope? That is the question. That is why we're discussing this tonight.
Mr. President, bridge rabo odu point to na owo yas adie bi a ada odaseni bi enim ada e beka yen se gu yabu ni enim ani ntina de bia no enkwa home we yemu no ye ka de ehia yen se yen chichiri ya man yi na nchirima nya so mfaso Pope Francis a okon encourage no asem kese we asia fane na kasa asem we chire tumi ani ahoden a etai ni peku ani edoma odoma no na obi kasa pope wu a ya na amanfo bi enti ase pope no nipa bi a ono ne da the Holy Roman Catholic Church ano ono an sign da the Vatican City ano
ono a president of the Vatican
ono ena oversees Vatican City, which is by political landmarks the largest state, but by square feet the smallest state. What's just square feet? Because say the Vatican is the smallest city, the smallest nation on earth.
It is a nation within a nation. In fact, it is in Italy.
Yeah,
but bigger than Italy itself.
For me, my opinion, which is private to me, and I think that a lot of people will share it, that it is the last retreat of the Roman Empire. In Memano Muguhono. First of all, there is a religious phase to everything that is happening, which is the one which is touted a lot. But Pope no, and you're preaching and all preaching. The Jumano eso since say he is a head pastor, or your head pastor, or your political figure. We are seeing funny now. I'm yet to see where Omega said they want to attack the papacy, they want to attack the Holy Roman Catholic Church. I'm yet to see. Omo very, very, very powerful. I'm power now, my word, you know. It comes in so. Pope Francis, he is the first Jesuit. Our baby Pope. Jesuit. Nipeku, and you see?
Fraternity.
Yes. Fraternity, a sign what Roman Catholic Church, and you see, Vatican City now, the kind of politics are air custom and if they are grow politics. And so you mentioned, say, 2 West Africans. Edin is in the picture that they could ascend to become the ultimate overseer of the Vatican project, which have been in existence for so many centuries, which have metamorphosed in so many ways, which have had so many issues and so many scandals, but still has stood the test of time, even as far back as in the days of the Roman Empire. From when the Templars were being formed, the Jesuits were being formed, and yet it said you come in share, you say, some of him so Sabi, and yet Nana or say to 2 out of some nui, and Sabi, as Antiman for say, or more some no. A yes, Sabako Sam says, saying ye shall see free, and inti Yanana. Or tenaso in trust. So the Pope, the Vatican City, the Holy Roman Catholic Church is a great institution of this earth that has stand the test of time. And that's why for so many years or more, and their history is well documented. At least the enemy. Because I think, say, for a group like this, they will still have some secrets the world don't know, and it's within their right to hold whatever secret they want.
In fact, they hold on to most of the world's secrets. See, the biggest records of seized books.
Seized books, oh.
Yes. Treasures and all.
Internal also West Africa for now.
One from Guinea.
Guinea, your friends.
Cardinal Robert Sarah.
Okay. And
dear.
This year.
Fantiniba.
This
Cardinal Apia Texan.
Cardinal
Kojo Apia Texan.
Peter Kojo Apia Texan. Now, ever to Abbey, Mekai said, TV3 for any interview. And I'm busy on Galam saying myself. Or Carson B. But some can't. Oh, podcast is on a Ghana 40. Okay, I said. Galam saying I am cosmo. Eye, Sikako, a way assassin. And ama nipa enya behwe enso so eye aban na sede se obeye niema ne wie no ebeboa Ghana fo nti se aban no ato na jeje mu a ehon sombo no ese ye de ye de to aban no so. That was last year, and I know said today he will still hold that same opinion. Me dan asese okan no kra no na Apia Texan, Cardinal Apia Texan. Eyo bia. Enye ne ene yeti ni di won Ghana. Oyo bia at least when ye fi kakra what Pope say Pope for sebe ba ko mienu efiri mu a obete Peter Apia ke e fe ne saying Cardinal Peter Apia Texan din. Pope John Paul ene ye ne Cardinal in 2003. As far back as 2003, and a year in the Cardinal. He has been in the politics and the organization of the Vatican City. But for me, I'll be surprised if he's chosen as the Pope. Surprised I will be.
Why is that?
Because some kind ne dia ba enso de bia no
near Chanabo
na afa ne ho na yama ko yin power for we say me hu ni say Philippines ni no be no
Asian
say
ndu ba che say be ko go di anka be ko
ye benya mi o me de anka mo yi na anka be me de ba me ka say abakosem ene omo so ban their voting party no
yes
hu ni say omo ntoma no me say na me hu me ya. Oh, they be me kasa nyime ya. Me twa no san. Enya me ya because Vatican asem Catholic asem. Me kweku edu safo. Enya ma asem.
Yes.
Me nka mu kuo ne ho. Me enjoy omo.
Na obedia emfa bibia.
Emfa suo bia mba ete se de.
Pe na bebre omangana.
Sai ni munyam
ni na ya kan.
Sai ni munyam na bia. Na ebibi man adwen se Obama be di American president and so eko wie ye no na yen sesi fo
ye boafo ba ko pe Gaddafi no be kun no
yen sesi fam intime no se Cardinal Peter Apia Texan ba bedane Pope so bedane Pope no enya ma asem enfa me ho ayo mo politics but the ye can say ni niema ene ne ya me hu no. Yeah. And it's the American our Galam saying. I like the mentality say, baby, assembly down in your but I may share politics at cost of Vatican City. Yeah, me just on better about. Yes. And you know, I know
I also believe they are not sure for change. They're not sure to rebrand themselves with a new image to the world that the Catholic Church can embrace. Any race.
They already have
this.
They already have in my understanding, they already have the loyalty of their members who are in Africa, and they do not need a black pope to harness that loyalty.
It is not loyalty, it is the face that who gets to represent the Roman Catholic Church. That can a black man be allowed to represent the Roman Church as the Pope, as the papacy, as the head of that organization. That is the Rubicon they must cross, or they must remain a cake and stale, as we know them to be. So we pray it will be an honor for the first black man or West African, two West Africans, either the Guinean or the Ghanaian.
Yeah. Robert Sarah, right?
both-
Cardinal Robert Sarah.
Yes, both countries mean the same anyway.
We are all Africans.
Yeah, the same country mean the same. Guinea and Ghana are the same. So we'll be hopeful and happy if any of them win. But as is the trajectory, I think it would be an Asian first Asian before the first African. So we're watching them, and we wish Cardinal Apia Texan and Cardinal Robert Sarah all the best in the election of the next pope.
Yeah. All the
So,
best.
on to our next story. The next story is a victory story in the sense that we're going to Jamaica. That a DJ or a prolific musician called Adidja Azim Palmer, aka Vibes Cartel, hashtag World Boss, hashtag Adi Teacher,
Yeah.
has been released from prison.
Gaza.
He went to prison for 13 years, and he has been released, and he's been granted an interview on the podcast in America, and he has said that he won't bleach his skin anymore. He's fully melanated. That the inferiority complex that made him bleach his skin and influenced many Jamaicans to bleach their skin. He's now free of it. He's accepted himself, and now he feels he's fully melanated in the sense that he feels he's black enough to love himself. So I think that is a victory story that need to be congratulated. And we somehow, as teenagers, grew up on Adidja Palmer, Adi Teacher.
Gaza.
So we need to shed light on a good story,
Yeah.
on a victory story. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Like you rightly said, I think that the story of Adidja Azim Palmer has been one that is for the want of a better word, mystical and an exemplary way of saying that there's always a right way to do something, and there's a good and bad in every man, and given the right environment, the person can rise to the greater self. Look, we idolize Vibes Cartel, not because of anything, but because of his deep intellect and his understanding of life. I can say that Vibes Cartel is in the league of Malcolm X. That these are people that hitherto, before going to prison, their lifestyle was in a way that was not
It was wayward.
totally
Wayward.
progressive to what they wanted to achieve. But coming back from prison, they reformed and assumed a greater self of
It's
what
been redemption.
they can
See.
be. I'm a Gaza fan. I've listened to Vibes Cartel, all his music, all the artists that came to, even as far back as Alliance, Movado.
For me, he lost me when he started bleaching, and when he started going wayward. So I'm happy he's back in his senses. See,
He has had a lot of trials and tribulations, and I like Vibes Cartel for something. He is not a man that will shy away when he is wrong to say that this thing was stupid. Today, I think that we should not do this.
yes, only a human can do that.
I love him for that.
Yes,
You see, I love him.
Only a human can be wrong today and change his mind
even in the
tomorrow.
days when he was bleaching, even in the days when he was preaching ultra viral
And provocative.
to the
lyricism,
progress of
yeah.
the black race, you still could find that Vibes Cartel that was looking for the total unification of Africa and the progress of Africa. It was still there, even in those times. So I'm not surprised that Vibes Cartel, coming after being in prison, now not preaching hate, now not preaching retribution, now not preaching vendetta,
Now not preaching provocativeness
now saying that,
or
look,
immorality.
just
But
like Marcus Garvey said, which Vibes Cartel has been a fan of Marcus Garvey even in the days of his bleaching. You understand? So I'm trying to say that the man has always had that seed of progressiveness in him. And we are on this podcast talking about Vibes Cartel, not because of anything, because of the significance of self-love.
self-awareness.
Self-awareness that I am a black man, that no matter what I do to myself, I'm a black man and I remain a black man.
That-
And my well-being is within my
You're beautiful in
jurisdiction.
your own way. Your
And
hair
therefore, I
is
must
beautiful.
assume myself
Your skin
as a man.
is beautiful.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just like some rightly accused him of popularizing bleaching, which was not his thing that he started, because the bleaching culture is a colonialist culture
Yes, but
from way back. I'm
it
coming.
started
I'm
in
coming.
Jamaica. Jamaicans were ultra nationalist.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming.
See, and I want to chip it in.
Okay.
And he started changing. He became a street icon. Before he went to jail, he became a street icon.
Established.
That whatever he says,
Established.
people follow.
Established.
So
rightly so said.
when he started bleaching in the guise that he wanted to portray his tattoos, so he felt it pertinent to lighten the skin. So cake soap was a detergent for clothing.
And he was selling
He
it.
made them customize it for bleaching.
Yeah, very.
And
right.
he started using it, advertising it. Now the conscious youth who hitherto hated bleaching now were glorifying bleaching because their boss, or boss himself, was glorifying bleaching.
Again, I do not in any way diminish or undermine the influence of Adidja Azeem Palmer.
Yes,
You
but
understand?
negatively.
No, he has positive influence.
Yeah, he
too.
had done.
So,
yes.
So I'm saying that this bleaching started way before him, and he becoming the giant that he was made it now the norm for the youth to follow. Now that same person is saying that this is not the way to go, and I know that it has already started taking effect, that the Jamaican people, knowing that they are black people and they love their skin, and as great as they are, because look, the Jamaica as a piece of land, jurisdiction, a nation have achieved a lot in world history.
yes,
They do not need they don't have any
big
need.
respect and acclaim
Yes,
for Jamaica.
they don't have any need to want to become anybody else. They have achieved greatness in this world. The personalities that have come out of Jamaica, the history that is in Jamaica, what the Jamaicans themselves have achieved. Jamaica is a testament that black people, given the opportunity and self-love and self-confidence,
The right knowledge.
the right knowledge, can become whoever they. Jamaica is a small island.
Yes, 3 million population.
3 million, 4 million tops.
And they influence a country like Ghana.
They influence a continent.
Musically.
They influence a continent.
Yes.
They influence the whole.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
If you go to UK, you
Yes.
see Jamaica influence there. If you go to
Yes.
America, you see Jamaica. If you
Yes.
go to Japan, you see Jamaica
Yes.
influence there. Where has the Jamaican people not reached? We
were-
love them.
They were not even to 1 million population when one of them went to America the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey went to America and became the most powerful black man in America.
Whenever
That Edgar Hoover described that man as one person too dangerous to have too much power.
you know, the Right Honorable Marcus
Messiah Garvey.
Mosiah Garvey is one of our very revered ancestors. That me personally,
He made me love Jamaica before any other person.
I so much revere him that he's the man that's actually pointed me to Kwame Nkrumah.
Exactly.
That's I first loved
Yes.
him.
He
And
inspired Nkrumah and all.
look, Jamaica is a beautiful place, and the Jamaicans are up to something good. And for Vibes Cartel, just like the same spirits hovering around that, look, let's unite, let's do business together, to understand that I am comfortable in my skin. I don't have to look like you. I don't have to be like you before we transact business. I bring something worth to the table. And if you don't need me on the table because you feel like I don't look like you, so be it. I don't need you. You understand? So, Adidja, Gaza. If the Gaza nation were bleaching because of Vibes Cartel, now the teacher, the world boss says, no more bleaching.
Yes, he says it was
So-
a bad decision he made.
It was a bad decision.
Yes.
And I think that anybody else in Jamaica doing or bleaching right now should understand that it's a bad decision.
Yes.
And
And our women in Africa
Torn-
and
torn.
black women around the world who can't love themselves, that they want to change. They want to shed off their black skin, melanated skin.
for me, I think that is in the minority now. That's what I think, personally. Personally, I think it's in the minority.
No,
Really.
it's never been. There are creams that
Yes,
are,
of
that are
course.
disguised as not bleaching creams,
But they are
but
bleaching,
bleaching.
yeah.
Women are buying hair.
Yeah. It's all. Yeah, you're right.
We live in a continent where we are the majority of blade users, razor blades, and the manufacturers of blade to Africa, this part of Africa, is an Indian company called Vidyut. Vidyut is produced by Sikhs. The Sikhs are an Indian tribe who frown on cutting your hair. They wear the turbans. From childhood, you keep your hair till you grow or you die. The hair could grow, it could touch the ground when they are adults. And they don't leave the hair for outsiders to see. They cover it with a turban. And these people produce blade for Africans, with the most organic hair among all the races. We cut our hair the most. We are ashamed of our nappy hair. Black people can't embrace their hair nor their skin. That is why this subject was important, and we're talking about it. So it's a high point hearing that the master flag bearer of bleaching, Walt Boss, is back, and he says bleaching is bad. He's fully melanated, so you should embrace yourself. And black man, embrace yourself. So, brother, you have any last words?
Our last words, like we always say, can actually be our last words, But our last words are words of love, self-love, self-preservation, patriotism, understanding that the black race is the greatest race that there is to be, and we can achieve a lot for ourselves. We can love ourselves, and our ways are enviable, our ways are pure, and let's try it. I mean, we have tried whatever we are doing to this point. Let's try patriotism too. Let's try doing things in such a way that it adheres to the common good, and see whether it works for us or not. For me, I believe that's going to work for us. And I believe that Ghana has a responsibility, Ghana has a part to play in the greater good of the unification of the black race. Not just Africans, but the black race. And that's why we are always talking to our brothers and sisters, our mothers and our fathers that, look, we have tried this thing for 32 years. They have digressed from the Ghana path and they are chartering the colonial path, the neo-colonial path. Let's go back to the Ghana path and let's see what we can achieve in the next 30 years. Let's give ourselves the next 30 years of patriotism and see what we can achieve. Whether we are going to put so much money into a non-existent national cathedral, whether we are going to put so much money into a non-existent, affordable housing, whether we are going to put so much money into a non-existent SkyTrain, whether we are going to put so much money into a shambolic and a disastrous school feeding project, whether we are going to put so much money into individual pockets while the state is bedeviled with debt and nothing else to show for it. Fellow Ghanaians, my brothers and sisters, I know that we are great people and we can transcend this, and the end of this tiki-taka being played by the MPP and NDC is very near, and I know that we will rise beyond this. This is our last chance to rise beyond this and actually look for the state's good. It is coming and it is near. Thank you very much. My name remains Comrade A.C. Hammond. We love you all.
All right. And to my fellow Ghanaian out there, my brother, my sister, my mother, my father, and all, I implore you to be patriotic. Patriotism is what develops a nation. And we've always maintained that. Even an intelligent man without patriotism in his heart behaves stupidly. And even an ignorant person with patriotism in the heart, all he does appears intelligent. So in all your doings, be patriotic. This has been the Warrior Kings podcast. This right here is the best patriotic podcast in the world. My name has been the Okugo President. I would implore you to follow, like, subscribe, watch out, follow us, interact. Let's hear from you. Let's learn together. Here you get the undiluted, unsaturated, and unbiased news and education you need to be patriotic. Thanks for watching. We are out of here.